Baseball Card Junkies TV here. Tops 85 401.
Titanic Taters.
And we're live, so that's why the beginning of this video is going to be.
Nah, whatever. They don't come for the beginning.
Eric's messing around with the camera. So yeah, as you saw in the title, we're just gonna do like a recap of 2017 and talk about 2018. Do a little Q&A. So if you guys want to jump in and ask questions, we'll let you ask questions and get your thoughts on everything about the channel, about collecting. We'd like to hear what you guys want to do, want to see from us in 2018, all that kind of good stuff.
Definitely.
So Eric's playing with this phone because we're trying to get the chats to come up on his phone because it's hard to see us. We got this thing on a tripod now. Yeah. We're all going high tech.
It's my nifty Christmas present.
So there we go. That takes care of one of our goals for 2017. Get a tripod.
Get a tripod.
Yeah. So you got your tripod.
I do. So I guess recap for 2017.
Yeah, I mean we had a good 2017. Yeah. I mean our goal is kind of like introduce the hobby to new collectors, as well as reintroduce the hobby to people that have collected in the past, and I think we did a good job of that. We got a lot of comments and like personal messages and stuff in 2018, and we were real glad to help people, get reunited with the hobby or new collectors. There we go. Snoop just popped up on there. I know he's one of the guys that watches us.
Yeah, and really kind of just having fun.
Yeah, having fun. Yeah. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun.
We accomplished all of those things.
And then one thing I accomplished this year, as far as like on the Baseball Card Junkies TV channel, is how awesome the name of our channel, Baseball Card Junkies TV, because I am starting to realize that I am straight up dope fiendish way about my card collecting. So I mean, like I'm trying to be funny kind of, but it really is like we're truly junkies. Like you get a rush from buying a card, and then you put it in a box and you forget you have it.
We have a problem.
Yeah, you have a problem when you do.
On our way out tonight, we were doing our Taco Bell, and my wife calls, and she's like, "Oh, are you guys gonna go to the baseball card store and spend money?" I'm like, I need top loaders.
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, "You have a closet. You have 2 closets full of top loaders."
Yeah.
I'm like, but those ones are scuffed.
So we got Snoop, baseball card collector, 661 Flash, which I'm not even familiar with him, but he says, "Good evening. What's up, 661 Flash?" Straight Edge Cards. What's up, Straight Edge Cards? And Mike Line TV. So thank you all you guys for joining us and commenting. We got Eric's phone looking at your comments instead of trying to read the screen. We've lived a little. We've learned a little.
Yeah.
So anyways, so what's up, all you guys?
So 2017, I think was like just an awesome year for Baseball Card Junkies TV in general.
Yeah.
I mean, we went literally from like 800 subscribers to almost 1,300.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
So we're just like getting out there and creating the community and.
Yeah. And we went live in 2017.
We went live in 2017.
Like we're doing tonight. So that was fun to discover going live and all the interaction with you guys. So we had fun with that.
Yeah. That was fun. We expanded into Facebook.
Yep.
Created a couple extra Facebook channels. Although, the 90s insert isn't necessarily Baseball Card Junkies.
No.
But, it is kind of like one of those things that,
Yeah, a lot of Baseball Card Junkies.
A lot of the same subscribers are in that channel.
Yeah.
Not going to say you guys have a problem, but...
So who else is on there?
That's 661 Fish.
Oh, okay.
Would have been better if the Dodgers won the World Series. I kind of agree.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted to stay in California.
Oh, God.
I know.
Well, you're an A's fan. I'm a Giants fan. I was really glad.
Which, technically, I have more reason to hate the Dodgers than you.
Oh, I know, because
of 1988.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He just should have beamed Kirk Gibson and me.
Yeah.
He should have taken him.
Well, that one killed me, too, because I was more of an A's fan in 1988. Yeah. Man, that killed me.
So, and then, PC-wise, for our collections,
how many Maguires did you start off with at the beginning of the year? Like, I know you broke 1,000, but I don't know if that was in 2017.
beginning of the year.
Okay.
Somewhere in that range. And I'm up to like almost 1,400 now. So it's getting up there.
Nice.
That's kind of one of my goals for 2018 is to hit 2,000.
Well, you're going to have to go to the National if you want to do that.
Maybe. We're just spending a lot of time on COMC.
Yeah.
So 2018 goals for the channel. It'd be great if we could both make it to Nationals.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I'll be there, guys. So
Nate
you come
will be
say
there.
hi to me.
He's already booked the hotel room.
Yeah, already booked the hotel room, so I'm good to go.
So, and for me, it's sharing a bank account with the wife and making the argument for spending, $800 to go to the baseball card show. And that's before I spend any money on baseball cards.
All right, well, Mike, a.k.a. Baseball Collectors, I'll see you there, buddy. And then Mike Gutierrez, good evening, gentlemen. What's up, dude? Mike Line TV. Man, Mike Line, I would love you to go to the National, too, man. But we'll see you at the TriStar show. I know that for sure.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely be going to that.
Yeah, the one in San Francisco will be at the TriStar show. So I know a lot of people went last year and met up with us, and we're looking forward to meeting a bunch of people this year as well. I think that's like in March or April. That TriStar show every year.
It'd be fun. Like maybe that could be like a little goal for us for
West Coast National.
TriStar is the West Coast National.
Yeah.
But also to like do some live videos where we actually do some interviews.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, we probably will go live at the TriStar show. So definitely, we'll have to have our batteries charged.
Definitely. Let's see what else. 2018. Between Nationals and the personal stuff. I don't know, just kind of continue growing the community.
Yeah,
definitely. Just getting the word out there. We might start making you guys click like 100 times before we post videos.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it sounds good. Hey, what's up, Manny Castillo? Man, I love that guy's videos, man. He's always doing the the Craigslist pickups, collection pickup videos. I love those videos, man.
Yeah, I wonder where you get those deals.
I don't know, but there are a lot of people that know how to pick up collections on Craigslist. And what's that other one? I forget, like OfferUp or something like that.
OfferUp.
Yeah, I've never picked up a collection like that, but it would be fun to like pick up that's something I wouldn't mind doing, is like finding a collection where like someone's getting a divorce or something, or just there's like a collection and they want to just get rid of it, and they're get like a $10,000 collection for like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people out there that do that stuff all the time.
And there's
I've
also
never
you
been
just
able
have
to
to have
that.
like that money set aside. Like this is what I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be fun though to do that. And then kind of piece out the collection after that. Yeah. But anyways, guys, if you want to comment, ask any questions, or anything for Eric or I, go ahead and do that. So we have Eric's phone here, just so you know. We're looking at all the comments through the phone. So if we're looking down, we're not looking at our laps. We're looking at Eric's phone to see like what people are saying.
Yeah.
So, what's up, John? I see John's in the house. Jacob Burrows. We got Straight Edge Cards, Baseball Collector, JMVP. Everybody's laughing. Hey, so John, I sent you guys a message about the hotel Aaron Davis and I are going to be at for the National. So you guys, if you want to book the hotel to the same hotel we're going to, we got that all set up. So, anyways, what does that say?
Where's everyone booking their hotel?
Oh, I sent you a text message. So just look at the text message. It's that group message with me, you, Bob, Aaron, Maiko, the whole crew. So, anyway.
Yeah, definitely. So. What else? Do we have any other goals for 2018?
Well, my goal, I talked about on my Tops 85 401 channel, but I want to pick up a little bit more vintage in 2018. So I'm going to have my eye on a 54 Hank Aaron Topps rookie card and a 1951 Bowman Willie Mays rookie card. And I'm looking to get like around a PSA 3, probably is like what I would be looking for, and it's going to be, for me, it's going to be a situation of buy the card, not the grade, and I'm going to try to get the best looking PSA 3, maybe if I can afford a 4 that I can find. And I actually called a friend of mine, and he gave me some really good tips, so I'm glad I called him.
I think anything 3 or higher is going to be in pretty good shape anyway.
I'd say like 4 or 5 and higher is pretty good shape.
Yeah, because 5s get pretty.
Yeah, 5s are clean.
Sharp,
on the vintage, 5 is really clean. 3s you're gonna have some obvious flaws on a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
But a 5 you can actually find something that almost looks like an 8. But because it's vintage, they're just really tough.
Yeah.
PSA is really tough on those vintage cards. So.
Never been to a national card show. What's the national card show like?
The national
imagine like the biggest local card show that you have and times it by 100.
Yeah. Basically, it's like going into an airport hangar, and it's all tables. There's probably the one in Chicago. There were probably, I don't know how many tables. I mean, it's just like put it this way: you see a table and you're like, okay, I'm gonna come back. I want to check this table out. If you're not paying attention, it could take you 2 days to find that table again. That's how big the venue is.
You have to create a map.
So yeah, you have to create a map. You gotta know what booth. Yeah, like if you're at a booth, you have to look at the booth number or write it down, because if you don't, you'll never find that table again.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's huge. So
I'm kind of lagging on my phone here. So.
Oh, okay.
You guys are posting stuff. National Eric. Straight edge cards. Oh, you have a Jose Canseco card? I probably don't have. Possibly. I only have 500 Jose Canseco cards.
Yeah.
So, I'll definitely send you a message on Facebook in the group.
All right, cool. Looks is there a phone?
It's just loading. Or I'll send you a PM or something like that through YouTube or whatnot.
Okay, cool. So what else are people writing on here?
It's lagging a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm not on Wi-Fi, so we have a good connection on the live.
Gotcha. So, anyways, yeah.
Gold looking or good looking?
Gold looking. There's a lot of
gold looking cards.
There's a lot of gold cards out there.
Shiny and gold. That's always my favorite.
For shizzle.
Oh, nice.
So
95 select gold team card.
So anyways, guys, what are your thoughts on 2018? What are you guys looking forward to in the year?
You can either comment or you can, I don't know, how are they going to tell us?
Yeah.
Oh, goal for the channel. Figure out, if anybody has any recommendations,
oh yeah,
to a good program to record Skype.
Yeah, because we would love to do Skype interviews and then post the Skype interviews on our Baseball Card Junkies TV channel. But we don't know how to record the Skype interview and then upload it onto YouTube.
Yeah.
We've been trying to figure that out for years, and we've talked with a lot of people, and no one knows how to do that. There's only one guy on here that knows how to do that, and he won't share the information with us. So we don't know what to do. And
so it's either that or we'll have to start doing the Mike O thing with some podcasts.
Yeah.
That's our only other option, which could be a good alternative.
Well, if Mike O figures out how to record a Skype interview, I'm sure we could start. He would let us know.
That's your mission, Mike O.
Figure it out.
Do some research for us.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Jacob Burris looking to get a 57 Frank Robinson.
Now I'm glad you mentioned that card, the 57 Frank Robinson. This is gonna crack you up, but I was actually sitting there thinking about the most underrated cards earlier today.
It's like the most underrated player, period.
But not only is Frank Robinson's, he gets minimal respect in the hobby. I wouldn't say he gets no respect. I'd say he gets minimal respect in the hobby. But the 57 Frank Robinson rookie card is probably one of the most undervalued cards in the hobby. That and the 1960 Willie McCovey rookie card are the two most undervalued rookie cards in the hobby. But think about, somebody was saying, I forget who, I was watching a video the other day, and someone was talking about how the 1957 mantle, if you get a good example, you're going to pay $1,000 or more, and you could get the Frank Robinson for a couple $100.
Yep.
And that's his rookie card. So,
let's see, so
that's an affordable, great card to go after, as a 57 Frank Robinson rookie. Absolutely.
Straight edge cards, is Skype free? Yes, Skype is free, but you cannot record a Skype call through the Skype app.
Yes.
You have to have a separate application to do that.
Yeah, and it seems like all the software is not compatible with the Skype. It's all the programs don't communicate with one another.
I collect Ichiro, trying to scale back to only high-end pickups is part of his goal, and that's something that we were talking about as well.
Yeah. Well, because we got the baseball card junkie
off-air.
problems.
Yeah, our baseball card junkie problems.
Yeah.
That's going to be a new hashtag, baseball card junkie problems.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like you got to get your fix, right? Your card fix. So you go to the local card shop and you buy, like, let's say $100 worth of, like cards that are between $1 and $5 because they're hella cool.
Yeah.
And then you get them home and you're like, what am I going to do with all these $1 and $5 cards that you love? So you end up not knowing what to do with them. You put them in a box and you forget you have them.
So,
but you don't want to get rid of them.
I'm going to agree with I Collect Ichiro on that. That is one of my goals for 2018 in my collection.
Yeah.
Not just with scaling back on the excessive cards that I'm buying, but also in my organization, like base cards and stuff like that. Some of the more regular looking stuff, penny sleeve it in a box and keep the cool stuff in the binders.
Dude, you got like straight up organization issues. Like, should I top load it? Should I put it in a penny sleeve? Should I put it in a magnetic? Should I put it in a binder?
I should just mag everything, right?
Then Ultra Pro.
I can have
the stocks will
100 3-row boxes full of bagged cards.
Ultra Pro stock will double if you do that, man.
So
you need another bedroom in your house too.
Mike Gutierrez, start putting together the 71 and 81 top sets. Pick up a vintage mantle card and try to finish some Yankees team sets.
Very nice.
You're going to like our next video that comes out, I think.
Yeah. We pre-recorded one that we're not going to upload tonight. But 71 top set. Beautiful set. Love that one. Very vintagey. More vintage than the year would suggest because of those black borders.
Organized. Organized is like every baseball card collector's goal for every year is get organized.
See, I'm like totally organized. I think for me, I just want to like make like more significant pickups for my collection and not buy so many dollar cards. This is going to be the year of the non-dollar card for me. So like I want to spend the same amount of money but get big cards instead of like I don't know my budget for a year. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to tell you guys, but let's just say hypothetically I have a budget of let's say we got 12 months in a year. So let's say it's $300 a month, right? So about $3,500 a year. Let's say that's my budget, right? Well, instead of spending $3,500 on a bunch of like $1 to $100 cards, my goal this year is to get 4 or 5 really nice high-end cards for my collection that I've always wanted, but that I've never bought because I'm too busy getting my junkie on and buying like between $1 and $100 cards.
I bet you that goal lasts about 2 months.
I know.
If that.
Well, the reason
CMC order of 2018.
Well, you know what my problem is I'm a player collector too, so there's always going to be those dollar cards that I really do need for my collection that actually makes sense for me to buy.
Yeah.
But I got to cut out like players other than my Bonds collection.
Sup, Max Jackson.
What's up, Max?
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, I was talking with Max the other day, and yes, another vintage card that I want to get for my collection in 2018 is a Christy Mathewson T206, and I want to get the black cap or the portrait one. I haven't decided which one, but both of them. The black cap has like the NY logo on his arm, so it gives like a nice. It's got the NY, and then the portrait says New York on the jersey. So both of them are cool cards.
Wait, 333 wants you to show off your Bob Saget PC.
Ah, yeah, Bob Saget.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, shit. I got to grab that card just because Ben is awesome, man.
661 Fish wants to know if you've been thinking about doing another vintage set. I can answer that for him. Yes, he's always thinking about doing another vintage set.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. If I'm going to get a Mickey...
his Bob Saget.
Yeah. There we go, guys.
Did someone make that for you?
No, Ben sent it to me.
Really?
AKA Wait 333. And I'm not going to go in the story. This is an inside joke between Ben and I. But man, yes. And Ben, you have the card now. Now you have the card that this is all about. So, fucking Bob Saget, man, what a pretty boy. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway. hey, Ben, you're gonna be at Cleveland, right? I'm already booked, so I'm gonna be there. I know you're gonna be there. You always go to Cleveland.
I am very jealous of the Saget PC he's starting.
Maybe I'll send that TTM to Saget.
Tell your Giants to take Billy Hamilton from my Reds, please.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think they need him. They just picked up Evan Longoria.
No, but we need outfielders, though. The Giants don't have any outfielders. And Billy Hamilton would be...
Done?
Pence is like, they got him in right. He needs to go move on to left field, because right field is just too much for him to cover. He's getting older. He's not as durable as he used to be.
Don't they just bring Barry back? Come out of retirement, Barry. The Giants need you.
Shit,
you're skinny now. You could trek all around that outfield, cover left
and he got his
center.
knee surgery too, so he can run. Anyway.
So that was a good pickup. What do you think about the Evan Longoria pickup?
Well, I think we'll see.
Will he hit as many home runs as he would? You know, the Rays.
Know, man. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Evan Longoria, that's a coin flip. The Giants had to do something, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
But they need to get outfielders. But I know people don't want to listen about the Giants.
Well, they lost out on.
They want to talk about the Cubs or the Dodgers, or I don't want to talk about the Dodgers.
Dodgers
suck.
We just don't do videos because I have horrible lighting at my house. Not to mention a 3-year-old that's running around like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So it's tough to do videos at my place.
Plus, if you ever watch that show Hoarding Buried Alive, do you really want to do a video?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm not the one that's. You're gonna have to explain to Aaron about that one. Not me. I'll be like, dude, that's his opinion. I didn't say anything. So yeah, it's tougher to do videos there than here because it's kind of loud.
Yeah. I don't know. We should do a video from your house, so.
Maybe from like outside.
No, dude, we'll do one in your house.
I don't know where.
We'll do it in the closet.
We can lay down on the kitchen floor and put the camera up above us.
Yeah, maybe that, huh? Hey, what's up, Aaron? I see you're in here. Man, I can't wait, Aaron. We're gonna have so much fun. Straight edge cover.
What are you saying?
Nothing. Oh man, so Aaron's in the house. Man, we're so much. Aaron and I are just like we're ready, man. We already got our hotel room for the National, so.
Too many mics on the chat. There are a lot of mics.
Oh yeah, what we got? Baseball collector.
I have like 3 friends named Mike.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, no, 3 and a brother named Michael.
Oh damn,
so
dude,
that's like 4 people.
Damn, yeah, I got a lot of Mike friends. Between work and YouTube and everything else, man.
Oh yeah, the woodworking, the storage project, baseball collectors doing with his.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Pretty awesome.
Dude, that's like I feel like I'm watching an old '80s episode of This Old House, but it's like this old custom baseball card cabinet.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome. Like he's doing the dovetail joints on the boxes and got like different wood color combinations and different. I mean that thing's gonna look sharp, dude. So.
What's a super chat?
I don't know. What's a super chat?
I don't know. Straight Edge Card said, "Dang, a super chat is hecka expensive."
Maybe that's a program for Skype or something.
No, it has something to do with YouTube.
Oh.
Like you can put a super chat. Maybe it makes it like really pop out or something. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. No. So what are these guys?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be badass.
What?
The storage unit.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. That thing's gonna be really cool. How many cards is that gonna fit? Like several 100,000? I mean, you got a big collection there.
Yeah.
But Mike, I'm wondering, like you had said that you only designed it where you have to use perfect fit sleeves. So what are you gonna do if Perfect Fit Innovations goes out of business?
It's a good question. It's gonna shrink wrap.
That was like the first thing I thought of. It's like they better not go out of business. I'm not saying that they will, because they do good business and they have a very needed product, but I just thought that was funny.
Shrink wrap.
Yeah, shrink wrap.
That's how you'd have to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's like very precise if you're designing your cabinet to where it will only fit a PSA slab
Yeah.
if it's in a perfect fit sleeve or no sleeve.
Someone would come out and make it again.
Yeah.
It's like when Twinkie went out of Twinkie went out of business. Someone came in and snatched it right up.
I guess so.
So
Fucking Twinkies. I haven't had a Twinkie since they originally went out of business. I don't.
I have
when's
like
the last
maybe
time?
one Twinkie a year.
Yeah, I don't remember the last
If
time.
that.
I'm surprised that's it because you do have a little one at home.
We don't buy that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Well, then that's why you don't eat it.
Yeah.
So let me see what people are saying.
Definitely want to learn about the T206 set. Definitely want to talk to Max and Jackson about that one.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of
Who wants to learn about T206?
Mike Gutierrez.
Oh yeah, T206. Man, there is T206. There's a lot to learn because there's different backs, and then you got the different grading companies. Most T206 collectors like PSA or SGC slabs, but I would say SGC probably has a little bit of an edge as far as the slab popularity. And then you got the different backs. Then you got to know what to look for, condition-wise, key cards. I mean, there's a lot in T206s, and I probably have 10% of the knowledge that Max has. So Max has got way more knowledge.
0% of the knowledge.
0%. Okay. Yeah. I got enough. I got enough to know that I need to consult someone before I buy a card to make sure I'm not overpaying. So that's how much knowledge I have.
Yeah. There's definitely some like cool ones that I would want in my collection.
I wouldn't mind having a Ty Cobb, a Tris Speaker, Christy Mathewson, a Cy Young. I mean, all those kinds of players would be pretty awesome to have. So Napoleon Lajoie. So all those kinds of players.
A lot of good players from that time.
Yeah.
You know. Well, they're just cool. Yeah, they're just talking about the T206s.
Yeah.
And the 300, the perfect fit sleeves.
Yeah, perfect fit sleeves. I gotta order some of those. I hope they have them at the National. That'd be kind of cool.
Probably.
I guess I can just go online and order them.
Are you gonna take any cards from them to grade at National?
If I would, it'd probably be like vintage.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not. I mean, just to protect them.
Just to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really grade cards. I've never sent in a card to be graded. Although I do have a 54 Topps Willie Mays that's in a bootlegged slab that I wouldn't mind getting re-slabbed in like a SGC slab.
Yeah.
Or a PSA slab. I'd probably give it to SGC just because of 54s. I don't know. I just like the way SGC looks with that black insert instead of.
It does look good.
Yeah, I like SGC.
Can you imagine that like with a refractor on there?
Well, I mean,
like how much that would just like
pop.
Boom.
Yeah, well, you don't see people grading modern stuff in SGC though. It's just PSA or Beckett. Beckett's my least favorite slab out of all the slabs.
It's too thick.
It's too thick, and Beckett, they're too easy on their grades too. They grade easier than anyone else.
I click Ichiro's asking if you have any thoughts of trying to pick up the Bonds opening day error.
Here's the reason why I don't have the Bonds opening day error, is because like with Barry Bonds, even though I have 4,600 unique Barry Bonds cards, there's a lot other, like that's a $600 to $1,000 card, and if I'm going to spend that much money on one card, I'm not going to spend it on a card of a player I collect that doesn't even picture that player. And so I have no intention of ever buying the opening day error Barry Bonds rookie card for that reason. It's just too expensive. I don't want to spend that kind of money on a PC card that doesn't even that's an error. So to me, there's absolutely no reason for me to collect that card. The value's not there, but that's just my own personal opinion. I want to collect stuff that like, I mean, I could get like I could get a Hank Aaron rookie card and a PSA 3 for the same price as that Bonds error card, and I'd much rather have a Hank Aaron rookie card.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to spend $1,000, I'm going to go with the Hank Aaron. I'm going to get a PSA 3 Hank Aaron. You could get like a PSA 8. You could get it in a PSA 8 for like $1,000, or maybe even a 9 for $1,000. So that's why I don't have that card. So I have no intention of buying it. It's not even on my radar.
So Mike says, thanks to Baseball Card Junkies, I'm surfing for shiny refractors on eBay like a zombie hunting brains. That's awesome.
Dude, man, refractors. You know what? I should like, I don't know. Yeah, I got basically every refractor of Barry Bonds out there.
And then Baseball Collector says, good job on Mike O's podcast.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, man.
Yeah.
I had a fun time.
We want to give a shout out to Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he spent so much time on Baseball Card Junkies that, like, it was like, completely, like,
Well, when we were at Taco Bell, I asked Eric if he heard the podcast. And Eric's like, yeah, man, Mike O, he really talked about Baseball Card Junkies. I was like, that was completely unsolicited. Yeah. I never asked Mike O. There wasn't any kind of discussion about, if you talk about Baseball Card Junkies, I'll do the pod. Nothing like that. He wanted to do that. I let him kind of, it was his show. Yeah. I was just a guest on it. So that was all coming from him. Yeah. So, man, he must really like this channel.
Yeah. And, like, that was just, I was like, he's spending a lot of time on Baseball Card Junkies.
Yeah, no, I'm
barely talking about Nate's collection. But yeah, thanks so much for giving us that shout out.
Yeah, and that was fun. I had a good time on there. I had a lot of fun. So let's see who.
Yeah, that was a good podcast. That's one of the very few podcasts I've actually listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole podcast was fun. It's funny because when Mike and I were doing it, we were on Skype. And he had, like, we were watching each other when we were doing the podcast, but he was like, dude, I don't know how to put the video on to YouTube, so we just had the audio. Yeah.
I think the audio, like, that would be fun. I think the podcast would be fun if you could, like, include, like, it was a fun podcast, and this isn't, like, critiquing his style or anything, but, like, I would like to do it, like, if we were going to do a podcast to do, like, pictures. Like, we could insert the pictures of the cards or something like that over, so there's something visual there.
You're the technical guy. I'll leave that up to you. You can do whatever you want. We can do a podcast, and I'll let you figure it out. Because me, I'm just like, yeah, I can't do all that stuff.
Anyway, that would be interesting to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what people are saying on here.
Sammy Sosa.
In the Rangers uniform card, it's haunting me. What, do you need one of those? Manny, I mean, he's got a bunch of them. He's got the 89 Donruss, baseball's best, and then the 1990 Topps debut.
Yeah.
It shows him in the Rangers uniform before he went to the White Sox. So, yeah, I mean, he's got, and those are junk wax era cards. Those are easy to find. You could probably find the 89 Donruss, baseball's best, Sammy Sosa, for like $5.
Which one?
The Sammy Sosa, the 89 Donruss. Yeah, you can find it for
probably a 50-cent card.
No, that one's kind of tougher to find. That's more than 50. I have one. I'd never sell it for 50 cents. I'd kick your ass. You try to give me 50 cents for that card.
51 cents.
I'll give you. I'm gonna dot your eye.
Dot my eye.
Anyway,
Sammy Sosa cards are pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, I know. He gets no hobby love.
Plus, not a lot of people look at that and they don't know what they necessarily.
Well, you know why Sammy Sosa gets no hobby love? Because people forgot about 1998. I mean, that was 20 years ago. People completely forgot about 98.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for 1998, baseball wouldn't be where it is right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't get me started on Selig, but he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for 1998.
Shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If they're not letting Bonds and Sosa in, Selig should not be in the Hall of Fame.
And McGuire.
Oh, yeah, and McGuire. Why did I forget about him?
Dork.
I guess I've just, like, resigned to, like, never thinking he's ever going to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man.
Like, so he literally broke the home run record and didn't win MVP. And the only reason he didn't win MVP is because the Cubs made it to the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Yeah, I remember
Stupid Cubs.
I remember that year Sosa won the MVP, but McGuire broke the record.
Yep.
McGuire never won an MVP.
He never won an MVP.
Nope. Not even his rookie year when he hit 49 homers. But hey, I mean that's not unprecedented because Stanton broke the rookie home run record this year, and he didn't win the MVP. They gave it to Altuve.
Judge, you mean?
No, Altuve won the MVP.
Well, he said Stanton broke the rookie home run record.
No, I mean Judge, but yeah.
broke it.
All right, I'm tripping.
I was secretly rooting for him to not do it. I was
Now we're gonna
just
call
get stuck at 48.
We're gonna call him Mike Judge.
Mike Judge. yeah, Mike Judge, yeah.
Only older people would get that joke.
I need TP for my bunghole.
I'm cornholio. Need TP for my bunghole.
There you go. What
are they saying in there?
Let's see. He should be pretty close this year. Talking about Bonds. I think Bonds will be inducted in 2020.
Well,
he's going to be around 65% this year, according to
65%. Because I don't know. He was 53.8% last year. See, yeah, what's going to take Bonds to get in is to get rid of all the older writers and then the newer writers.
So every year he's getting closer.
Yeah, because the newer writers are going to vote him in for the most part.
Yeah. But
the older writers aren't, especially people that had to deal with him when he was playing, because he did not. There was no love for Bonds in the media.
And I think fortunately for Bonds, unfortunately for McGuire and Sosa, right, is Bonds was a Hall of Famer before 2000.
Yeah.
Before steroids was a thing. You know, he was a skinny little dude, right?
Yeah.
Bonds and Sosa and McGuire were not Hall of Famers until
2000.
Like,
yeah.
Well,
or 99.
Like, realistically, neither of them were Hall of Famers until they were Hall of Fame caliber until they cracked 500 home runs.
Yeah.
Because Sosa, yes, because he won an MVP. But you look at their up to that point. Up until 1996 or 1997, the last year McGuire was with the A's, like he was just injured.
Yeah, he definitely was an injured kind of guy.
Yeah, so
that heel injury.
Eventually, Bonds and Clemens will definitely get in because they were Hall of Famers.
Well, if they're
prior to the steroid scandal,
if they get to 65% this year, then they're definitely going to make it in. Before the era committee ballot, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to be at 65%. Did Mike, a.k.a. Baseball Collector, say that?
That was Ben. Weight 333.
Weight 333? Yeah. We'll see if he gets up there. But the last I saw, they said that the trends are not any different now than they were from last year as far as the percentages of when the votes are coming in relative to what percent he's at right now. From last year, so I don't know. We'll see. But if he gets to 65%, yes.
So yeah, I think they'll get in because they were Hall of Famers prior to being suspected of using steroids.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of when.
Bonds is at 67.3% on public ballots so far. Well, half the ballots haven't even been.
I don't know what percent. The last I heard, he was at 70%, so he's gone down a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what percent of the ballots have been cast. I don't know what percent of them are people that have never voted before among the ones that have been counted. So it's all depends. Who knows? But I think who's going to get in this year, I think, is Jim Thome, Chipper Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, and
Hoffman.
I don't know. You know what's funny? You want to hear something funny? Some guy was like, I saw a post on Facebook the other night, and this kind of put like the whole Hall of Fame situation in perspective. But he was like, he had a box of cards, and he was like, Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, he's naming all the great Hall of Famers, and then he writes Jack Morris with a question mark, like as if like, okay, now he's got to add Jack Morris cards into this Hall of Fame box.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You really put Jack Morris with all the greats or Alan Trammell? I mean, I don't know.
Like guys that hit like so many wins and so many strikeouts just because they pitched for 25 years.
Yeah, or like Alan Trammell, where he's a great ball player, but is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't. But he is, but
is he?
It definitely dilutes the Hall of Fame.
How is Alan Trammell a Hall of Famer if Dale Murphy isn't?
I think it's because of defense. He was a shortstop. Dale Murphy was more of an offensive position player, third base and outfield. And all that. I don't know, man. All I know.
I don't think Jeff Kent will ever get in, though he should be in.
Yeah.
JMVP. Just because, people didn't like him.
Yeah, Jeff Kent gets no hobby love at all.
He wasn't a very good defensive first baseman.
Well, no, he was a second baseman.
Or second baseman, that's what I meant. He was primarily an offensive player. So, and the MVP he won, if Bonds wasn't on the Giants, he probably wouldn't have won.
Bonds won that MVP for him.
Yeah.
Basically.
So.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those ones where if it wasn't for Bonds, Kent would have never.
That just shows you how good of a player Bonds was.
Yeah.
That he took a guy that wasn't an MVP caliber player
and made him an
MVP caliber player.
Yeah. I remember that season really well. That was a 2000 season when Kent won that MVP.
Yeah.
Bonds completely was a way better player that year, but Kent had the offensive numbers because Bonds hit in front of Kent.
Because they walked Bonds 183 times.
Yeah, and then Kent was just knocking in RBIs left and right. That's not the year that he walked record break. The year after that is when he broke the record. Bonds hit 49 home runs a year. Kent won the MVP.
Kent didn't hit more home runs than that.
No. I think I forget how many he hit, but Bonds hit 49 that year.
Yeah. Larry Walker's chances of getting in, I'd like to see him in.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about on MLB Network. I mean, they're saying, I think Larry Walker is more of a Hall of Famer than like Alan Trammell.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
He has the stigma of Coors Field. He's actually the only player on the Rockies to ever win an MVP.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, he was that dominant.
Yeah, I think what hurts, the reason why Larry Walker, ironically, isn't in the Hall of Fame is because he played in Colorado. Yeah. If he didn't play in Colorado and he put up numbers that like he did, he'd already be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. And I don't know that his numbers would have been. It's hard to say what his numbers would have been like. They probably are a little bit inflated because he played in Colorado, but how much we will never know.
Yeah, good point. Lee Smith, Aaron Davis. Why isn't Lee Smith in the Hall of Fame? That's a very good question.
Yeah, I don't know why Lee Smith isn't in the Hall of Fame either. I mean, maybe he never. Did he dominate his era? God, and then there was a catcher that was on the veterans or the era committee ballot this year that I literally never heard of until this year, and it's in the '80s when I collected. And I can't even think of the guy's name right now. He was a catcher. What the hell was his name? How the hell is he a Hall of Fame? Almost, he was one era committee shy of getting into the Hall of Fame. And as a kid, I literally never heard his name once. How the hell is he?
I don't know. I personally think the Hall of Fame is like the voting process is getting so watered down right now.
Yeah, it is.
Because they're now looking at like this is what they're looking at. This is the dilemma they have. We can't vote them in because they use steroids, but you don't have any other players that are qualified to be in the Hall of Fame other than the guys that use steroids.
Yeah.
Like. Who are you going to vote in?
Well, and the thing is, like I've even heard other players say that, you know, before the steroids, they had the greenies, and every player was always trying to get an edge.
Oh, sure. Mike Schmidt, he did an interview where he was like, if it was available when I played,
yeah.
To say, who knows, I might have, you know.
Yep. So, I don't know. The era is just, I don't know. The Hall of Fame, the biggest argument I can't stand, and people always comment, in either my videos on Tops 85 401 or on this channel, they always say, like whenever we talk about should Bonds be in the Hall of Fame, they always make the comparison for Barry Bonds and Pete Rose. And that, I have to talk about this real quick, because that absolutely drives me nuts. The reason why it drives me nuts is because people that say that are idiots. And the reason why is because the writers don't even have the option to vote Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame. So you can't compare Pete Rose not being in the Hall of Fame, his situation, to Barry Bonds' situation. The writers don't have the option. They don't have any say. Pete Rose isn't even eligible to be on the ballot to get voted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So if Pete Rose were reinstated into baseball and the writers had the option of voting him into the Hall of Fame and he still didn't make the Hall of Fame, then you could make the argument that between the Pete Rose and the Barry Bonds comparison. But until then, nobody should ever comment and say Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame if Barry Bonds get in because you can't compare the situations.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. Writers don't even have the option of putting them in there. So stop it. Stop driving me nuts, people.
And stop saying. And also when people compare like the different positions.
Yeah.
Well, like Kirby Puckett got in, so Don Mattingly should.
Oh. Don Mattingly was a first baseman. That's an offensive position. Yeah. Kirby Puckett was a center fielder. That's a defensive position.
And also, kind of looking Maxa Jackson, or not Maxa Jackson, Ground Zero Sports Cards. Does Chipper get close to Griffey in voting? He's at 98.8% right now, according to Maxa Jackson. All these numbers are going to go down.
They're all of them are going to go down. Yeah.
Again, third base is an offensive position.
Yeah.
So, what's expected to be produced of a third baseman, offensively nowadays, I think is a lot higher.
You want to hear something funny about Chipper Jones? First of all, Chipper Jones is a Hall of Famer. But the thing that's funny about me is when I think about Chipper Jones, the day he retired, he was a better baseball player than how I think of him as of today. Which maybe. Typically, like when a player is up for the ballot, like it's been 5 years, like for example, Omar Vizquel, this is his first ballot as well, right? Mm-hmm. I think.
No.
I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But like when I reflect on Omar Vizquel's career right now, I think of him as a better player now than when he retired. Like I appreciate his career more now than the day he retired. Mm-hmm. Whereas like when I look at Chipper Jones, I don't know what it is about Chipper Jones, but when I think about his career now, it's not like I thought more of him when he retired than I think of him now. I don't know why. That's just me. But Chipper Jones he's definitely not the best of the best.
Yeah. Is that because he was like his offensive numbers it was like, what could he have done if injuries haven't kind of.
I don't think he was that.
Career?
But was he? Well, maybe in the end of his career he had a few injury issues, but I mean he never hit the 500 home run mark. He never hit the 3,000 hit club mark. I mean his RBI. I mean he was always just a great player.
Like 400 something home runs.
Yeah, and
high
20. Yeah, like probably 2,800 hits, something like that. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on Chipper Jones and Omar Vizquel. So I mean Vizquel, I would put him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah.
I don't know why
he's one of the best. Yeah, probably the best shortstop defensively.
Well, like he's like if you got Ozzie Smith in the Hall of Fame, you got to put Vizquel in the Hall of Fame. The only thing that Vizquel's missing that Ozzie Smith had is that landmark postseason home run. Yeah. Ozzie Smith had that one landmark postseason home run, and Vizquel doesn't have that on his resume. But other than that, they're very comparable. I mean, Vizquel had 2,935 career hits, somewhere in there. He was like one season or a half a season shy, or one injury shy of 3,000 hits.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
Yeah. Or maybe A-Rod shy of 3,000 hits, because you know A-Rod was the shortstop for a while. Or who knows? Sure. I don't know. He's something shy of. Maybe he didn't play a lot in the beginning of his career, shy of 3,000.
So I think it's the Hall of Fame is getting. It's not even the Hall of very good. It's the Hall of pretty good. They were pretty good. So let's put them.
The Hall of let's overanalyze this player.
Yeah. It's like, well, we can't put Barry Bonds in because he used steroids. So let's put Alan Trammell in.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
So I think that's about it for me. I'm getting text messages that I have to go home soon.
Oh man.
So.
All right, so we're gonna get off.
So again, it's that crazy 3-year-old running around being crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right.
Plus, I do have to work tomorrow, and so do you.
You gotta work on a Saturday?
Yep.
Damn.
Every other Saturday.
Shit, I don't work. I go in, put my feet up, drink coffee, and bullshit with my coworkers. And when someone comes in, I make them buy a bed. That's my job. All right, guys.
All right, everyone.
So that's a wrap.
Thanks for coming and watching.
And happy collecting.
Happy collecting.
All right.
Peace out, people.